Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Chainlink and not necessarily looking at maybe what the short term price movement is, but looking on the macro scale of the Chainlink chart. The reason being I wanted to make this video is that we are now several weeks above, we're fairly above the 20-week moving average now, which is one indicator that I really like to see for bullish Chainlink. In addition to we're above it for several weeks now. We're going into our fifth 4.5 weeks above the 20-week moving average. Things are looking to be good. Um, I wanted to bring out the RSI on the weekly chart of Chainlink. So that every candle here is represented as a week, and just look at where we are in terms of overbought and oversold. um, with this bleed against Bitcoin when Bitcoin was having its own run, brought the Chainlink valuation down pretty significantly. In fact, it dropped, I believe, from candle body to candle body, yeah, 74%. But you could round it to 75% lost in valuation. That's a pretty big dip. It also brought the RSI down to about 34.65. The same level, you know, roughly speaking, the last bottom, which was here in July of 2018. Now, ever since then, in July, we ramped up and we came into this almost bullish bullish macro move of Chainlink, where the bottom was relatively around this area here. Okay, we see we see the support on this area here, relatively speaking, for Chainlink, and now we're above that line, and I don't think we'll be hitting it anytime soon. But it's always important to keep in mind of that level. Okay, the second level that we're looking at is the upper bound. So the upper bound has more or less two levels. That one line here, and I'll color code these to make it a little bit more legible. But let's make these red. Okay. Okay. So bottom line, oversold, upper bounds, overbought, right? Simple as that. We see that the two instances, as what we've seen in June 24th of 2019 and in August 10th of 2020, we went beyond, well, in other instances too, we went beyond the first red line here and came near or to the upper red line. So this is kind of our target to or range or region, whatever you want to call it, of oversold territory of Chainlink. Okay, we also have these mini bubbles here, like we see here, but it's pretty clear to show the several levels of Chainlink. And this is kind of where my target is, right? Of how high can Chainlink go in on the macro scale of the weekly, and it seems like we're on pace to come up to this between say 70 to 82 on the RSI. Now, where would that take us? Well, it would determine of how quickly we get there, but the obvious target is the prior all-time high on the Chainlink Bitcoin valuation. Now that valuation is at around 161,000 Satoshis. And this is where we get to the price prediction. If we are to believe that Chainlink is able to rise on the RSI to around this region here, which corresponds to breaking the prior all-time high Chainlink Bitcoin ratio, well, where does that get us to dollar terms? Well, we would have to assume the price of Bitcoin first and foremost, and let's just, for argument's sake, say that it's going to be ranging around $58,000. Okay, obviously that might not be the case. It can go higher, it can be lower, but that's the range that we're looking at. So you would take your handy calculator, you take 58,000, multiply it by 161,000 Satoshis, um, and you get a rough figure of what the price is going to be. And the price would be $93.38. So around $90 to $100, or as low as $80 would be the dollar target for Chainlink at this time. Okay, at that price level. And that kind of that kind of goes into my vision of what Chainlink will be, in the medium to long term, right? Um, Now, this could obviously change, but in my mind, $100 Chainlink is definitely on the cards. We're at $48 now. It would be another doubling of the market cap of Chainlink in order to get it to $100, which I think at this point of the cycle, Bitcoin's holding steady at around $57,000. All coins are doing very well. Like Chainlink is positioned to get to that level. And when we look at the RSI, we're still good. We're not in overbought territory. We're definitely not in oversold territory anymore, I would argue. And so Chainlink is still in a fairly decent position in terms of having room to grow. And this is what the RSI is telling me, that we're nowhere near the peaks of prior bubbles or movements of Chainlink. We're still relatively neutral. We're at 60.30. So we're relatively neutral. There's room to grow. How high can that go? Well, my first target would be the prior all-time high of the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio, which then corresponds to about $100 Chainlink. If you wanted to be exact, $90, $93. So that's essentially what I'm looking at right now with Chainlink. If things stay the same, okay, for the month of May, then we could see the RSI go up further. We could see the price of Chainlink against Bitcoin to go up further, and obviously we would then see the valuation of Chainlink against the US dollar go further. Now, now I understand that it's down 1.67%, but bear with me. I'm talking about a macro move of Chainlink that doesn't happen within a day. This takes weeks, if not months, for it to happen. If we look at the other movements of Chainlink, most notably the one in August, this took, roughly 56 days. The last major bubble, I would say, took about, again, 56 days. So, these things don't happen overnight. And where we are right now is we're at about 35 days from the bottom, okay, to where we are now. We've gained about 78, 79% on valuation against Bitcoin in the past 35 days. The last bubble was 272% move against Bitcoin in 56 days. And also the other one that I had drawn out here is 234% over 56 days. So we still have a lot of time, and time is good. If we have the luxury of time, things are going to look a lot better. And all we have to do is wait. So that's kind of my macro outlook on Chainlink at the moment. Things are still looking good. There's a lot of room to grow. It's only been 36 days of this movement, if you want to call it from the bottom. And we know that it takes longer than that. In some cases, it takes 56 days, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. I mean, this move here from bottom to top was 133 days, right? This one was shorter, yeah, 56 days. Okay, okay, I'm convinced. Chainlink has some weird relationship to 56 days, 8 weeks. Okay, count on it. I'm gonna make a mental note actually. Hold on one second, because I wasn't I'll be honest. I didn't look at I didn't prep for this before the video. I just kind of wanted to show you what my general thought process is, and it didn't occur to me that majority of the moves was roughly 56 days. So okay, so that's 56 days. I'm gonna draw a line right here, and I'm gonna keep this on the chart for future videos, and I'll keep that in mind. So in reality, we have this week, the rest of this week, next week, the week after. So we got three and a bit weeks left until 56 days. So we'll see what happens in 56 days. But I'm I'm actually quite curious now. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.